Former Raptor DeMar Derozan still holds a spot in the hearts of Raptors fans despite his departure from the team in 2018 in a blockbuster trade sending him to the San Antonio Spurs for Kawhi Leonard.
And we know DeMar's not one to shy away from speaking his thoughts, and he's gathered them all now in his just-released memoir. Our Jee-Yun spoke with the former Raptor here.
Above the Noise, written by none other than DeMar Derozan. And guess who joins me now? NBA player DeMar Derozan. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Does it always feel great coming back to Toronto? Because I know this is a special place for you.
Yeah, it's always great to be able to come back, a place I started my career, a place that, my career will always have a staple in. So it's always great to come back, especially now, promoting a book.
I'm so glad you wrote this because it allows us to get your perspective on everything. What do you hope people will get from this book?
Just vulnerability, that it's okay to express that. Having a topic about it could bring so much, enjoyment and kind of break the stigma of holding so much in. It's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to be vulnerable in the sense of you may be wrong about a lot of things, but talking about it is kind of a therapeutic way to work towards the right direction to kind of, get yourself in a better place.
I can't think of a better title for this book than Above the Noise, because you've gone through a lot. How did you get through all the different obstacles in your life, starting from when you were a kid, growing up in Compton, and then obviously being put on the spotlight with the NBA?
Having a great support system. I had my parents that was very, very instrumental in my success and a lot of my morals, a lot of my hard work to keep pushing, to make it through a lot of things that I was going through. And without them, I wouldn't have made it as far as I made it.
How do you shut out the noise? That's a real skill that not everybody can do.
Yeah, I think for me, I always used to get lost in sports. Basketball was my imagination where I kind of just got lost in it. Whenever I had bad days or good days, I always knew I could pick up a ball, go to a park, play for hours and kind of get my mind off it. And it kind of translated over the years to me getting older, getting better, working towards it till you finally get to that point to where, you need more than just sports to kind of work on yourself. And, it wasn't until I was my mid-20s where, I started to try to explore that option.
Let's go back to that day where you got the news from the Raptors that you were being traded. I actually follow you and I saw your post. My heart broke. Walk me through that and just the emotions that were going through you at that time.
Yeah, it was just tough. It was a tough moment, something that was new, something that was, unexpected, and I talk about the story in the book just more so from a life perspective of, sometimes you get hit with something that could kind of knock you down, and how you express that and not hold that in and not let it, suffocate you in a sense. Finding ways to kind of, get your head back above water. That was kind of like my journey and my story of even telling my story about it is, we all gonna go through something that's very meaningful, that could be hurtful. And that was that moment for me in my career that I had to kind of get myself out of it. And, it made me a better individual on and off the court.
You actually talk about this openly where you really felt like the Raptors still could have won the championship without that trade, especially given everything that was going on with LeBron moving out west.
Yeah. For sure. We was very competitive in those years, and I always say the only person we lost to was LeBron. And just wanted the opportunity to see what it would have been like for the first time with him not being in that conference. So yeah, that's just a belief and a confidence that I had within myself. They won it. After the fact, all the guys that I had a relationship with that worked in the organization or on the team, I was the first to congratulate them when they did win it. So that's what a lot of people don't realize, But on the other hand of it, I felt like if I was in that same position, we would have did the same thing.
Your daughter, she went viral when she attended a game here. I loved it. Where does that confidence, where does that, come from?
I don't know. My oldest, she was around the game. She was around so much. And I don't know. She's so much of a personality that I didn't have. So it was a cool moment just to see her indulge in that, the attention. A lot of places to this day, wherever we go, they be more excited to see her because of that moment. So for me, that's a cool moment I'm always hold on to forever.
She definitely is special. I loved it. Before I let you go, what are your favorite places here in Toronto? Where do you go? Where do you eat? Like, what do you like?
My favorite place to go eat is Soto Soto. That's always been one of my favorites when I was here playing. And every time I come here during the season, that's one place I definitely go to.
Okay, DeMar Derozan, thank you so much. Above the Noise, available anywhere where you can buy a book. You don't want to miss out. This is a really good read.